Hi, I'm Maya.
And I'm Keith.
Welcome to our experiment that we're calling Geeks.
A few of us decided that it'd be fun to sit down and talk about various comics and movies and other things from perspective of those of us of a certain age.
Over 50.
And try to bring our perspective to it. And we're not exactly geezers, but we're definitely geeks.
Right. And how did this come about? Years ago, I met Keith on DC Women Kicking Ass blog. I would read his posts, and there were a lot of references that resonated, and mentions of Bronze Age comics, just media, just childhood stuff that I recognized. So my curiosity overcame my whatever good manners I have, which is debatable, but I asked him, how old are you? And I think at the time it was either 47 or 48, I can't remember.
47, 5 years ago.
There we go. And 5 years ago, time flies, right?
Your family still says I should have run.
Yeah, too late now. Kingdom for TARDIS. We became really good friends through that. And then a couple of years ago, he won ARC of Gwenda Bond's Lois Lane book, Fallout. And I was very happy for him. No, I was not. It should have been me, but he won it. And
all mine.
All his. And so, but he shared. He let me read it too. And when he was reading it, I was texting him because, we have a 45 plus year relationship with this character. So in our head, everybody has like who they think these people are that they read. So I was texting him over and over again while he was reading it. How is it? How is it?
And I just said, you're going to love it. Don't worry. You'll be happy.
And sure enough, I loved it and I was thrilled. So, in this book, this series is Lois Lane as a teenage girl. It's basically, I think of it as Lois Lane's origin story.
Yeah, it's basically the original Superman concept, which was just the three of them, Clark, Lois, and Superman. And this turns it around from her perspective as a teenager.
Right.
And reinvents it from there.
Right. And it's not Lois Lane as a 30-year-old woman put in a teenage body. It's Lois Lane as a teenager. And you know that right away when you open up Fallout and you read about her rules. She wants to fit in. She doesn't want to make waves. She just wants to be part of everything because she's now settled down as an army brat in Metropolis. So this is going to be her home going forward.
Yeah. And that's just not going to work out for Lois.
No.
Being who she is, she's very strong-willed, and she's got very developed sense of right and wrong and seeking justice. And, like she said, it's been, up until this point, Lois has been an army brat, moving all over the country whenever her dad changed locales. And at this point, he's stabilizing, he's settling in, and now she can develop roots. And they're in Metropolis. And so now she can finally feel that she can have friends.
Right.
And she's trying not to screw that up because she's not sure how to do that because she hasn't maintained relationships because they keep moving.
Right, right. And what I love about this story is when it opens up, it's about, bullying and Fallout. And when it opens up with this, she stands up for the bully, but it's not like the little kids' world of, Dragon Tales. That's a story in itself. When someone stands up to the bully, it's like everyone goes, oh yeah, that's right. No, she has to pay the social price. Mm-hmm. And, even though she has friends, she makes friends, but it's not an easy process. And we go through that process with her in Fallout. And we also, in Fallout, the main thing is building that world of Metropolis and of the virtual world, World War III.
Mm-hmm.
And
an online virtual reality game.
Yeah. Yep. That you go in there and you have your avatar and you interact with people.
It's basically it's a role-playing game that's a virtual reality. that you basically plug into.
Right.
The technology isn't something that we quite have now, so the books are kind of set a couple of years in the future.
It's like Mystery Science Theater 3000 in the not too distant future.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. It's in the not too distant future. After Fallout, we get into Double Down, which now that the world has built, we start really getting into Metropolis, Suicide Slum.
Yeah, we get into the characters. The world of Metropolis, I mean, it's definitely Gwenda's own, but it's informed by, the comics. So we've got Metropolis, we've got Suicide Slum, the Daily Planet, we've got some peripheral characters that people may recognize from comics that were created by or inspired by characters created by comics legend Jack Kirby. So it gives the city a personality, which is something that Metropolis doesn't get a lot of.
Yeah.
But all of the characters are established, and we know them, so as they move around and react to things, we can see it better.
Right. And
we follow along with it.
right. And to go to what he was saying is like you don't have to be a comics book reader to jump into this. My daughter's not, and she just loves this. But for those of us who read, it's fun because you see a character like Dabney Donovan come in, and you know right away. I think I know where this is going. You don't know where it's going, but you have an idea of what the plot might be if he's in the story. And sure enough, and it's a lot of fun to read these people. And then she also takes. We've met Smallville guy Clark in Fallout, and we see their beginning relationship. They've just met on this website message board.
Yeah, it's a message board for people who have seen strange things that they can't quite explain, and they're looking for answers, or at least people to share things with. A lot of it is wacko conspiracy things, but some of it's legitimate. And Lois had an encounter where she did meet the Flying Man. Got onto the message board, started talking about it with other people, and that's how she met Smallville guy.
Yep.
Who, as the readers, we understand, even though it's never explicitly said, that he is, of course, the Flying Man.
Right. And we don't even know his name. She doesn't know his name yet either because his parents won't let her. And that's a lovely thing too. He's like, I want to tell you, but my mom and dad said I can't.
Yeah.
And
he's got to keep himself under wraps.
Yeah. And understandably. And so we see that building of trust in that whole, in their relationship through Fallout, where near the end she needs something from him. She needs his help. He's not sure, and they're dancing around this, but he ends up figuring out a way to pull through for her. And, she's, it's sweet because their bond keeps building. And then by the time we're in Double Down, they too are, good friends, and they trust each other. And, there's this great scene. One of my favorite scenes in this book is when Lois is running from a lab that, there's cloning going on. She sees some stuff that and she's caught, basically. And she's running out, and she's scared. And she goes into the virtual world and meets up with Smallville guy. And he talks to her because she's so scared, and she thinks that she should be fearless. And he talks to her about fear and courage and bravery, and how bravery is, doing the right thing even when you're afraid. And that's such a lovely moment between Superman. It's Superman and Lois Lane. I can hear the music when I'm reading that scene. The theme song going in my head because it's just so sweet. I love that scene. And it's brief, but it's fantastic. And then we go from there to their differing styles the way that they work.
Right.
She's somebody that obviously is a skeptic, and he sees the good in everybody, and that takes us to.
And he's very trusting. The person who developed both the Strange Skies website and the chat function that they use on their phones, high security website, is completely anonymous. It wipes out IP addresses so that everybody who posts there, nobody can be tracked. And in fact, there's a government agency that's trying to hack into it to get information on people.
Not Russia.
It has absolutely no relevance to real world actions.
Sorry.
But
No, this was written before this, so it's just
but
sorry.
but the person who created all this goes by the online tag Inventor 1, and Clark trusts him. Why not? Everything he's done so far has been to protect the users on the site. He's given them security for a chat application, and he's been very helpful.
Right.
Lois, on the other hand, to mix comic book universes, has her spider sense tingling.
Yeah.
And there's just something off about him that she doesn't quite trust. Nothing obvious until we get to an encounter within World War III. The avatars can be very revealing. Smallville guy, his avatar, is a green-skinned alien with glasses who flies.
Very clever way of doing the disguise and the whole thing. Yeah.
And Lois didn't create her own avatar. However, she still controls it. So it has her emotions, her expressions, her gestures. So it still communicates a lot about her when she's conversing with somebody in the virtual world. They meet up with the inventor at one point, and he reveals nothing of himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't create an avatar. He speaks to them only through a computer interface in a spaceship.
Yeah.
There's no expression, no gestures, no subconscious revelation in his avatar itself. And that sets Lois off too.
Right.
Again, it's nothing she can really articulate, except for the fact that he's not revealing anything of himself. And so she still doesn't trust him. However, even though Clark does trust, he's got her back.
Yeah,
he says,
absolutely.
okay, you're not comfortable with this? Okay, then we go only so far.
She
and no
drives the
further.
level of information that they're going to share because she doesn't trust him. So he says, "Okay, you're the driver. You decide what we should tell him, and I will, have you back, and I trust you." And that's what this is. It's trust. And so that's just a great that's just a great exploration of what's going to be a forever bond between them. And they're young, but you can see this happening.
Yeah, this is how their relationship builds.
Yep.
And everything in these two books, all of the characterizations and the little bits are surrounding very strong fantasy plots. In Fallout, we have mind control. In Double Down, we have cloning.
Right.
Not sure what we're getting yet with Triple Threat, but the third book in the series will come out May 1st.
Right.
And we're very excited for that. They're actually going to meet.
Yes. And then to go back to another great thing about this book was with the integrity that she's learning from Perry White, and and the story that she's writing.
Yeah. Well, backing up a little bit, Lois's character and her approach to the truth and everything, and to reporting, but just in her own life, her approach to the truth. It's not a matter of like a CW show. And I'm not singling anyone out, any CW show.
All of them.
It's not a matter of you can't have any secrets. I must find out every secret and expose it to everyone. You can't have any secrets. Although I can have all the ones that I want. It's just not fair for you to have any.
Oh my God.
That's not what Lois is about. She wants to know the truth, but she wants it from a perspective of helping people. And she wants to uncover corruption.
Right. Right.
Which is what she does in these two novels, and the two short stories.
And it answers also the question: why does Superman and Lois Lane work? What does Superman see in Lois Lane? This call to integrity, to justice, that doing the right thing. What he says to her in that courage scene, bravery, doing the right thing, because she's brave and she does the right thing.
And so Lois's. I mean, this is Lois's natural instinct, but it's aided and abetted and guided and shaped by Perry White, who is her editor at the Scoop, for the Daily Planet.
That's what the site's called, website.
A couple of years before, Perry White got.
He wrote a Pulitzer Prize winning story about a corrupt mayor, and Lois uncovers the facts that this is not a corrupt mayor, that it's wrong. He was set up. And, it goes back to this, baby intergang, pre-intergang situation. And Perry White, when she goes to him with this, instead of getting egomaniac, like, this is my story, my prize, and you're going to turn it over, he doesn't. He shows deep integrity, and the only thing that matters is the truth.
He follows the evidence.
Yes.
A true skeptic.
Yes, it's fantastic. And it teaches her... it teaches her, and this is what I love about this, this origin storybook series, is that everybody has, not only is in character, but also has this deep level of integrity, goodness, hope, light, all the things that we talk about, the dystopian world and everything's too dark. Sure, there are fantastical things, like Keith said, things are going on with cloning, with virtual reality, dark things are happening, but there's a thread of decency, of hope, of light, of just goodness, and I love it. That's just wonderful.
And it's that building of trust, not just between Lois and Smallville Guy, but Lois and her friends, and Lois and Perry, and they're friends with each other. It's taking that step to place your faith in another person to help you. Yep. And it also does, go into areas where that placing your faith into somebody can be wrong. Right,
exactly. With Inventor 1, you can see that there's, you got to be skeptical. You can't just walk in there. And that's where Smallville Guy and Lois teach each other too, because she needs, sure, you can, give someone, some, faith, right? But you can't just, be taken in by a grifter. And, I won't say anything, but it's, there's that line, and it's a really important one. I think, what she's wanting from Smallville Guys to look at this and say, like he pointed out, he doesn't have a avatar, right? What's going on here? So it's good. It's really, 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 really good, and strongly recommend this. And as Keith said, Triple Threat's coming out May 1st.
We'll be doing a review of that once we've read it.
Yep. Yep. And coming up for the next couple of months is going to be Lois Lane. That's what we have planned. We have Bronze Age. Couple of other people are going to join us for a Bronze Age Superman girlfriend Lois Lane conversation with some Jimmy Olsen's book thrown in there too, and then Triple Threat, and then the Wonder Woman movie is coming out, so we're probably going to do that, and then the Wonder Woman young adult origin book is coming out at the end of August, and in between there, I want to do my fever dream of Mon-El, Shadow Lass, Brainy, Supergirl at a Legion meeting with Fleetwood Mac Rumors as the soundtrack. I don't care if nobody else wants to see that or hear that. It's going to be me, maybe just me, and a bottle of single malt, and I will go off and it'll just be watch or don't watch, or you better watch.
She will track you down.
Yeah, I will.
She has her ways.
Yeah. So, and then also, we were also thinking of like media that we grew up with, Josie and the Pussycats, Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, and I wanted to do Man from Atlantis. I was so sad when they canceled that. I think, what were we, like, I was 12 or something. I was so upset. And I watched it again, though. It's like, it doesn't really hold up, but still.
Yeah, a lot of them don't, but still.
Still, it's fun. So,
yeah, I mean, between classic comics and other media and current comics and films and books, we have no shortage of subjects. So it's just a matter of sitting down and doing these. And
correct.
If you guys want to keep watching,
exactly. Or we'll just do it as a vanity project.
We'll do it anyway.
Yeah, we'll distract ourselves. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And remember, Triple Threat comes out May 1st.
May 1st.
And you can go to the Entertainment Weekly site. They have the first 2 chapters of Triple Threat previewed there. So you can check it out. But if you haven't read these 2, read them. It's fantastic.
Excellent. Recommended.
Highly. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.